G'day and welcome to another slow and steady video here on the channel. My name is KT and today we're looking at this game, Truck Driver Dutch Connection. Did a video at 2 o'clock this morning. It launched at 12 and I got in a bit late last night, so decided to drop a video. And I'm just having so many problems with it today. It's I don't quite know where to start. I can't pull into this fuel station. It's just hitting a wall, and it won't let me through. The first mission, you seem to get really hungry, and I died of starvation, which you've seen on the video, which I did drop on the channel last night. So I guess I could fuel it just by going to the front. I've had the audio drop off. The conversations between Felix and Sarah. Sarah's voice has dropped off. What else have I had? I went to go and change to manual gears, and then suddenly I couldn't move the camera around. So I had to actually go into my PlayStation and delete any remnants that I'd ever played this game before. So I had to delete the entire save off the system and then start again. And I've done this first mission probably around 3 times now, and it's just problematic. I just I don't understand why things like this aren't play tested. You know, when I did drop this trailer off eventually, so this is what happened. I dropped the trailer off, I pulled in, and then there was a big red sort of there was a big red barrier. I can't explain it any better than that. Similar to the orange neon parking thing that you can see just beneath the price per litre. It was like a red one. So I pulled the trailer in, then I couldn't. So I unhooked the trailer and I couldn't move the truck away from the trailer because the red barrier was where the parking bay was. And then, so I managed to kind of wiggle my way out, and I went to the garage, went to manual gears, and that's when I had all kinds of game breaking bugs because it didn't like the manual gearbox. And I think I'm done. I think I'm done for now. I've got other things to do today. I'm trying to deliver this bloody actually it's just round the corner, so let's might be able to show you what I mean. Actually, let's get out. The world itself seems to time lapse, so suddenly it's daytime and then suddenly it's nighttime and raining, but this hunger issue goes down far too quickly. It's I don't know, no one wanted hunger, did they? And energy, you know, and yet again it's another game where you have to sleep in dedicated places. So, you know, the likes of On the Road, and what else do we have? On the Road, Alaskan Road Trucker, you can sleep wherever you like. And I think these are the sort of mechanics that really should have been pushed into the game. You know, you're on your third entry of this series, albeit this is the second game of Coyote, and you've learnt nothing. You've literally learnt nothing. You've not looked at it and gone like, you know, how many times have I said to game companies, like, when they look at their previous title, okay, what's the top 5 things that we should improve? What's the general feedback from the community that they don't care for, and what can we improve? But this is basically a quick reskin of Euro Trucks thrown into a new map, and that's it. You know, very little effort has gone into this, and when you have game breaking bugs like we've got, it's unacceptable that you are asking consumers to buy a product. You know, you're all over your marketing saying that this is going to be fantastic and a Dutch connection, and you know, it's got a great story, but in essence the product is really, really poor. And that's kind of how I feel about it. And and that was really apparent from the get-go, with the dashboard not working. Let's have a look at this sat nav. It's very dark now, so it goes from bright to unable to see it at all, and now to dark. There is so many issues with it, and I can't help but think that this game actually looks worse than oh, do we need that turning? Maybe. This game looks worse than American Dream. Like, I was playing that just a week ago. You can go back on the video, and I was sort of almost apologising. I was like, oh, it sort of plays all right, but I don't know. It's disappointing. It's disappointing when, look, this is not a simulator. We all know it's not a simulator. Let's get back in the cab. So we're not expecting simulator physics or graphics, but what we do expect is a game that is functioning. And when I can't pull into a fuel station because there's a barrier, or where the audio drops off because Sarah no longer audio is working, these are the type of things that really should be picked up on a simple playtest. I've only had it I've had it less than 24 hours, and I could already send a report with about, I don't know, a dozen issues that need to be fixed. And this is why I feel like that this game was absolutely rushed out the door, because they got the news that SCS boys were coming, and I'm afraid quality like this, games like this, and you've put it out, Sodesco, or Koidai, you've put the game out, and this is your reputation, and it's in tatters. And I'm not someone who wants to rant. That's not what my channel is about. I'm not here to put a thumbnail saying that this is absolutely broken and Sodesco should be called out for it. That's not what I want to do. That's not in line with my karma and the sort of person that I want to be. But you've got to call it when you see it. You cannot. You can forgive lots of things. I think what was the other game? I think it might have been Alaskan Road Truckers. I still enjoy that game, and you have to be quite forgiving of the bugs in there. There's still sound bugs. There's still a problem with the winter coat, and I think funding has obviously ran dry on that. I'm just very keen to quickly get to this drop so I can make this video really short. But low food, see again, and I've already been taken off the road once because of hunger, and I'm still I'm almost there now. But I spoke about on the previous video, this map, could you not improve this map? It just looks like it was thrown together in a couple of hours. And it's I don't know, guys. So I think I may do a live stream over the next few days. I'm obviously going to persist with it. I don't regret picking it up because it's it's part of the channel, and I want to have an opinion on it. I want to kind of get my hands dirty with some of these games. I don't know, from me to you, I would say that this is, I would say, oh, it's turning right? Let's just check that mirror. At the moment, I wouldn't touch this with a barge pole. I would wait for a patch. I wouldn't part with your money. I would get a takeaway instead. There is far better games on the console to play if you're looking for a truck game right now. Low food. The sounds of the truck, there was a squeak. I was like, what is that squeak? And it's the truck. the truck squeaks, and I thought, well, maybe that's because I'm hauling a trailer, and it wasn't. It was just the truck moving. I'll see if I can do it after we've done this drop. Talking of AI, do you remember on my first video that I did on Truck Driver American Dream, there was these strange orange artifacts like umbrellas above the NPCs walking around the world? I had that in this game, so things like that have not been addressed. I had an NPC that was changing from one NPC to another. Suddenly the NPC was a woman with a grey coat, then it was a bloke with a red coat. It's really poor, really poor. 100%, that'll do. Okay, so there's that red bar, see? So I dropped the trailer off, and then I had to wiggle my way out. I damaged the truck. So in essence, I suppose we need to reverse this in. But it doesn't have an arrow on there, so we will just throw it in. I know, look, I'm all about immersion, and I'm all about being in first person. So let's just whip round this yard a minute and just see if I can reverse the trailer in, so at least we can get the tractor unit out. But right now, the best in the series is the original Truck Driver. In my humble opinion, closely followed by the American Dream, because I actually thought that with all the patches it's had, that was actually pretty decent. But the even the truck engines are just like, they're really inconsistent. They're really inconsistent, and it stinks of. Oh, that'll do. 100%. There you go. Right. It stinks of an unfinished product. Okay, let's knock the engine off. Okay, let's see if the dialogue works. So this is a dispatcher that's a robot, obviously.
Hey, Robot A, you there?
I'm not a robot. I'm a trained...
Yeah. Anyway, delivery's complete. Got the fancy ship model settled at the Rainhaven Yacht Port without a hitch. Heading back to the depot now. ETA... Such sweet memories. We had a blast on those drives.
Totally. While other girls were playing with dolls, I was playing with that little truck you got me for my birthday.
Oh, I remember that. It was a miniature version of my truck back then, right?
Best birthday present ever.
And remember when I came to your school with the actual truck?
How could I forget? You'd missed career day at school.
I was on the road.
All the other parents were there, and I was so bummed you couldn't make it. But then, you showed up with the truck a few days later. The kids went nuts.
Oh, yeah. I remember letting everyone climb in and honk the horn.
They loved it. You were my hero that day.
Oh, Marshmallow.
And every other day.
Okay, quit it before you make your old man tear up.
So, how is Europe?
It's good. Still getting used to the roads here.
Sounds cool.
You should come visit me sometime.
I'd love to, but taking time off work is tricky.
Whenever you can manage it, just let me know, and I'll send you a plane ticket.
Thanks, Dad. Gotta go now.
Take care, Marshmallow.
You too, Dad.
Okay, what happened was during the dialogue we ran out of food, and then it kicked us back to the station, the petrol station, and we're actually outside the garage here, and I didn't realise that I actually put my controller on mute, and I'm not going to record this again. So we're pulling into the garage, and what we're going to actually do is take a look at the some of the cosmetics for the truck, and sort of see what they look like, basically. So you're going to hold triangle to enter the garage, and sort of you've got these tarpaulins that are thrown over the lorries, like I said, I'm not actually controlling it now, so I've just got to watch the screen to where we go. But it looks like there's 2 on offer. There's this one, a green one with a twin axle on the back. Again, it looks quite low res, doesn't it? And there's this yellow one here. It looks like there's only 2 trucks, as you can see. This is the one that we're driving, and then there's 2 either side up there in the front. So there's 2 trucks to unlock. I was talking about the almost placeholders for those tire icons. It looks really, really kind of poor. Like, you know, the tire icons just look really the whole UI just looks really basic and really sort of thrown together, really. We've got wing mirrors here, which I guess we just sort of unlock and can pay for. We've got the sun visors, which I hate those sun visors. Those big kind of, like, they're almost like primer grey. And then we've got this bump, you know, nudge bar there on the front. It looks so heavy. I sort of don't understand why. It doesn't even look like it's in proportion with the truck in some regard. Again, it's just like little faults. We've got placeholders here for food. Put down some cake if you want to. We've got some lights again. Looking at the resolution and the quality of the truck and the lights, again, it's just sort of really... Look, consider it's Unreal 5 as well. This is not Unity here. And you can go back to the Gold Edition and you'll see like really crisp lines on the truck, you know. But here we just... Sorry, just dipping around. But yeah, I don't care for that sort of that nudge bar there. But I do think the UI overall looks really quite basic. I think what I'm doing here is trying to look for the I'm looking for the skins, the liveries for the trucks, and when we do find them again, you'll see that they just look a bit... I don't know what they've done to this game, really. It just doesn't look polished. It looks like... So we've got a pink. This one here is a Halloween, but the resolution looks really low on the truck. Like, it's not a good paint job. Of course, it's Halloween that today, but now I just got black. There's this I think that's called Jungle. I think Jungle Fever. It's got swallows and kind of, there you go, Jungle Fever. But you know, even the ones on Truck Driver Gold, at least they look pretty decent. Japan Love, and you can see again, it just, they look a bit naff. I think that maybe sums up this game. It's just a bit naff. And I think had I not had a channel, I would be looking to other creators, and I'm sure there'll be a few people that do cover it and give their opinions on it. But I don't know how they could have looked at it and gone, yeah, we're really proud of that. Let's put that out into the market. So I'm not too sure how much the video is left now, so I think we might end it here. But yeah, thanks for, you know, listening to my opinion. And again, as I always say on this channel, opinions are like assholes, and everyone has one. You know, to some people this might be incredible. You know, they really wanted a new trucking game, and this will see them through until the next one arrives. That's kind of what I was thinking, really. I thought, you know, it's a story, it will see me through the winter months, but it's just all a little bit, you know, with the map, with the UI, with the engine sounds, with the game-breaking bugs, with audio dropping out, with a robot moving a Titanic, it was called, which was a spin on the Titanic, which was just a weird concept of moving a Titanic. They called it the Titanic. I would have rather seen like an original story. But anyway, look, I think I'm going to leave it there. If you like the video, smash like. It's always appreciated. If you're new to the channel, what we're all about is going slow and steady on 3 genres. So trucks, horses and motorbikes. And I do a little bit of role play and I just enjoy the experience. But so far, this has not been an enjoyable experience. I've had the game, what now, 12 hours? I'll put a video up on Tuesday and I might do a live stream over the weekend. But until then, take good care of yourself. Have a good weekend and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.